Goodbye, Doctor. Let me be brave. Let me be brave.
Yep.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Omega Files. I'm your host, Dr. Freedom, and tonight we're going to sit down and have a little talk about Face the Raven. I know some people out there are jumping for joy, while others are now mourning quietly in their own homes. Yes, after a long, long wait, Clara has died. Painfully. Well. All right, let's go around and get everybody. Let's get everybody's hey there, hi there, ho there's. Let's start with Phillip.
Hello, everybody.
William.
Hey, now, how you doing, everybody?
Bill. Joining us for the first time, Andrew.
Hello, I'm Andrew from Cardiff.
Okay, Kevin.
Hello.
Graham.
The universe is a very small place, and I'm pissed.
Okay, Fezman.
Hello.
Elijah.
The conspiracy theories were true. Clara is dead.
That's quite clever. That's quite clever.
And Matt.
Hello, good evening, and I just rattled some cages over on Galley Base.
In Texas.
Hello there.
Okay, so pretty interesting episode. Had a lot of weird, nifty stuff in it, and we got to see Capaldi's doctor get really, really ticked off. Oh man, it's looking like this is going to be a hell of a season ender, coming up, to top this off. Okay, let's go ahead and get opening thoughts from everyone. All right, Fez, since you got a limited time, let's start with you.
I didn't want to get too hyped with this episode, but it was a pretty decent episode and a good closure for Clara. I think it's probably the best companion departure, death, whatever, since Donna left. And I thought it was an interesting idea of what they had with a street that only certain people can see, and having the aliens as refugees and being disguised as humans. I thought that was a pretty clever idea, and just I thought there again great chemistry with Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman. And even though it's sad that Clara's gone, it's time to get a new companion for next year. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, let's go to let's go run down the Texas 10. What are your opening thoughts on this one?
I thought it was good. I thought the idea of having streets that nobody sees and people that live there and stuff like that was done before in Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere back in the 90s on BBC. It also had Peter Capaldi in that as well. But I liked how they did it, and I liked the story. I thought it was a pretty good way to do it. And it was interesting, but I don't think she's really gone yet. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out.
Okay. Moving on to Matt.
Well, very much enjoyed this one as well. It's very good, and as we've seen, she will be back in the finale from the promo shots, but it's been very enjoyable. Jenna's, we all knew it's time for her to move on anyway, but just interesting to see what they've got next, because I want to know if that is Echo 1 in the finale, but we'll just have to wait, because this is a great setup, because we're in for... This looks like it's a big 3-part finale, so it's going to be in for the long haul. It was great to have Maisie back again and Jovi and Wade back from Flatline, so it's good to have more than just the Doctor and Clara again. So it was nice to have. It felt like a little team, but the only thing I felt was a bit underused was that his character of Rigsy did feel like he was becoming a bit of a background character nearer the end of the story, but I suppose it was just setting up to say goodbye to Clara, but very much enjoyed it. And Sarah Dollard, for her first Who outing, this surely is a memorable story, very enjoyable.
Okay, Graham.
I'll concur with Matt when it comes to sentiments regarding Sarah Dollard. No bad outing for her first time on this show. Initially, it was a wee bit slow for me up until we got to the entrance to Trap Street, and then once the story really got cooking and got going, we were moving on down the merry trail, and away we went. I really enjoyed this. The regulars were superb. The perception was that, disguised all the aliens within Trap Street. I thought that was pretty cool, although, they were maybe saving on the budget there, where we could have seen a few more costumes, but hell, that was cool for what it was. And the last, 10, 15 minutes, what can be said? You can see the chemistry between, Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman. It's just excelled over these past 2 years, and, like Matt says, we've more than likely got one more to go there, but if this is how it sticks, and this is how she goes, there you go, Gallifrey base. You've got your new Who Adric.
Okay, Elijah.
This episode, I would have to say it was a great send-off for Jenna Coleman. I'd have to say I liked how Rigsy was kind of grown up more, and he had a family. He was starting his family, and Clara realized Danny's gone. Who does she really have besides her gran and her father? She kind of decided, hey, we'll get you out of this, and she thought she'd be safe, and to save Rigsy's life because he has a family. I thought that was very good. I liked how she died. It was the score at the end was very good. And to finish this off, I'd like to say thank you, Jenna Coleman, for canceling on Chicago TARDIS.
Oh. You know what the scary part is? I think I have actually had the unedited, where you could actually hear her scream.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, it sounded something like this.
That's the impression I got too, because I don't think she's much of a screamer. She hasn't been screaming at all throughout the series like Amy did. Amy was a good screamer.
Yeah.
Elijah, here's the question for you. Is this because there's too much Clara coverage and good riddance, or is there something about Chicago TARDIS that you don't like?
No, I'm saying the fact is she canceled because she's playing Queen Victoria on ITV. And then I'd also like to bring up, what was it? I just forgot, but if I think about it again, I'll let you guys know.
You forgot Eve Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eve Miles canceled too. But
you can't help it.
So she's going to get it too.
Too much weirdness going on.
Whoa, who's Titan?
Oh. Okay, moving on to Kevin.
So, I'm going with Matt and Elijah. It's a great, way how they did it, with Jenna Coleman as to send her off. Yeah, we already know that she is. We saw promo pics of the final, so it's it can be that she probably is in it somehow. But yeah, it was just as good as the scene with Donna, I think, because it was that well acted, and I really loved the score under it. Really, it was really not getting it was getting emotional. I was getting goosebumps, and it's just like she was a little bit of my favorite, because Rose was just like not that great if you compare to Coleman, for me then. But Trap Street, I really liked it. The idea that there's a street and we normal people can't see. So about the aliens that we saw, it was very good. We saw the Jejun, Cyberman, and all the other stuff. But I really liked it. So yeah.
Okay, joining us for the first time tonight, Andrew, go ahead and give us your opening thoughts on this one.
Oh.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The music and everything was very good, yeah. And the direction and the writing, yeah.
Okay. Moving on. All right, now, Bill, you haven't seen the episode yet, but for some reason you wanted to hop in. What do you want to share with us?
My excitement. I mean, the episodes have all been enjoyable this year, but this one is already holding a special place in my heart because it's the end of Clara. And, you know, in this discussion, of course, I'm hearing about what happened, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And right now, I mean, I'm just so sick of Clara that I'm really tempted to give the episode a 10 ahead of time. But after I've actually seen it, for those of you out there in YouTube land who watch this, I will definitely be posting my personal rating in the comments because, wow, it's just really exciting.
Okay. Phillip? Unmute yourself, Phillip.
Yeah, fool.
Well, excuse me. But anyway, yes, I'd have to say that this story kicked every other story in the season out the ballpark. It kicked it out. I love this story. I could watch this over and over again. The whole idea of the traps, streets, the way it all played out, the pacing, the visualization of the whole story, beautiful. It was like watching Harry Potter, but on a different level. And I do like the aspect of how the Raven, you know, gets you, and that's cool. But it's interesting how Clara was positioned as the Raven was taking her life, like a regeneration pose. Whoosh. So that was kind of cool. And you know what? I feel sorry for Capaldi now. I mean, I know I've given him stick over the years that he's been the Doctor, but I felt so sad for him, man. Poor man. So you know what? Good story, man. I enjoyed it.
And William.
This is a great story. Not getting into the ending of the episode. I you know, this because we've seen it that it leads to the next episode. So this thing turns out to be a start of a mystery because we noticed that Rixie has a certain amount of minutes to live, and we got to find out why that happened and who put it there. Then we noticed like everybody talking about the street that has all the different aliens living there. We find that out, but then we find out that the Shielder is there as the mayor, and then she was the one that set up the whole thing. You know, then we find out she has an accomplice that one of the Doctor teleported to, where he ends up in the final the way the story ends. So we won't know about who did it and all that tonight. Next episode and the end. That's that you know who did it, but at least we know that Rixie did not kill nobody. What I know, no, it's funny that we saw the supposedly dead person still alive, but instead of just going out and letting everybody in the town know that she's alive, she just sits there in the stairs with her child. I mean, that was like, geez, she should have told people that she's still alive, and then maybe they would have went up against the mayor and said, "Oh, this is a."
Maybe she was in on the trap. You don't really know because it was a trap for the Doctor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a trap, but at least she could have got out of there. Oh, you mean the whole town was aware of it?
Yeah.
We don't know.
That would be a total surprise that if the whole town was on it to get the Doctor that much. Because you know, if Clara didn't think, if she didn't do that decision to take the time onto herself, Rixie would have died in the end of the story. And
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. A Shielder would have been able to remove it for him. But
Yeah.
when they transferred it out to Clara, the contract was null and void for whoever her employer was.
Yeah.
That's where we got to find out who the employer was.
Yeah. Who's the
employer? And of course, it has to be somebody that knows the Doctor because she had to give a Shielder his last will and testimony.
There was 2 clues to it. There were 2 clues.
Really?
Okay.
Enlighten us, Sherlock.
Yeah, enlighten us.
Okay, well, let's hope.
Well,
Well, all right, yeah, let's open up the floor. Who do you think it is, Phillip?
I think one, it could be Missy with the Daleks. Because who gave Rixie the Doctor's TARDIS number?
Phil, one bugbear with that.
Who gave Rixie the doctor's number?
Clara.
Clara did that in the beginning. Stop
Did she?
giving up. Stop
Yeah,
giving up.
but was it confirmed that she did that?
Clara
Yes.
back in Flatline.
Yeah, Flatline, yeah.
Okay, let's go that one. Okay, then it still could either be the Daleks and Missy, or
Philip.
yes, sir.
Missy had his confession dial in the first episode. Why would she want it again?
Exactly. That's a good question. Yeah, she did. She already had her hands on it. But the thing is,
But then
remember,
who else did it? It can't be the Time Lord. They know what a confession dial is.
Yeah. Even the doctor said, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, the funny thing is, you keep bringing up the Daleks. I don't think the Daleks are involved in this, the next story.
I think they are. I got a feeling they are.
Well, I don't know on the next
Could
one.
it be what you think, Freedom, the Valyard, maybe, or?
No.
my theory was that the veil, and since the next episode's a one-hander, and it's only Capaldi and the creature. My theory was, what if they're pulling a play on words with us, and veil is short for Valyard, and the creature just represents his dark side. That's who he's fighting in that particular episode, given what just happened to him. That was just a theory I had.
Well, I mean, who would want the doctor's confession dial? I mean, you can buy your own confession dial at Rubber Toe Replicas online.
Cheap promo.
Do you know what I found? You know what I found interesting? That Clara's willing to sacrifice her life. She must miss Danny Pink so much that she's willing to sacrifice herself.
Oh, Bath.
Did anyone find it? Did anyone find it kind of strange that at the beginning of the episode she seemed like she was enjoying what she was doing a little too much?
Yeah.
I think she was losing it.
Yeah.
Because you saw the way she was acting this season on and off, where she was just become this adrenaline junkie. And I think sooner or later the doctor would have just had sat her down and said, look, freaking cool it.
Like I said, she missed Danny so much, she wants to be with him.
To be fair, they did touch upon that in their final speeches together, so there's no if they left that hanging.
Yeah. That was just I've
got a question.
Yeah.
Since we come back in 2005, all right, we know she's in episode 12, but taking that out of the equation, is that the first time the head showrunners written a companion exit?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is, yeah.
Would it also be parallel to the classic series with Adric?
What are you talking about now?
But they never killed a companion in the new series, but they did in the classic series. Maybe they were influenced by that in a way. No.
They had to do it sometime because you can't have everybody live every 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. So, unless, of course, she does get reversed thing by episode 12, then I'll be pissed.
You're pissed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No. But you know what I mean. Like, you can't just chuck that out. What we saw tonight, and then episode 12. It's okay, Doctor. The Time Lord changed my destiny.
I'll ask you, Rory.
Well, that tells you right there that was bad writing in between those two, because at least when this story, if she's gone, she died. You can say a proper send off.
Yeah,
not a.
If that was a proper send off, Will, why would we see her again in episode 12? That's not.
You're getting very impatient. It's only two more weeks, and we don't know.
I understand that, Will. But what I'm saying is, it's pointless writing her an exit in episode 10, and yet whoever she turns out to be in episode 12, she's back again. It's pointless.
We see somebody in a waitress uniform in their photos. Whether it's the same person that from this episode, we wait 2 weeks and find out.
Yeah,
but what about the leak picture of the Under Gallifrey where
Phillip, shut up.
Wait. Hold the phone. Just because Jenna Coleman is appearing in a later episode does not mean that, oh, look, her character is back restored into life. That doesn't mean jack.
Yeah.
But even if it is, there's no reason to get upset about it now. That's 2 weeks away.
Like some of the reviews for Face the Raven said, what happens now sets up repercussions for what is to follow in this finale. So
like always.
I mean, Phillip might be like a mental image, a goodbye scene spiritually. You don't bloody know.
Or a ghost.
Yeah, or a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, or it could be in his head.
Yes, true.
Yes, that's the concept now. Well done.
Or it could be maybe because of the timey-wimey, there's still some Clara echoes running around out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, don't be a knickers and a twist, Phil. Jesus.
Yeah, but I don't want to invest all my emotional sadness of seeing her gone tonight, and then next week she's
What
fine and dandy.
What is it? Emotional sadness. Clara Oswald is a character, not a real person, and you go.
No, but you know what I'm saying. You don't. I'm playing.
It's just a TV show.
Yeah, but I'm playing fangirl's advocate here. I'm just being one of the fangirl.
You make me sick, man.
You know, go right to girly letters, man. You want to
Okay, carry on. Let's get on with the show. Oh dear.
Put your GB filter back on.
Well, where were we?
Yeah.
Okay, and of course we had a very ticked off doctor at the end there.
Yeah.
But that was good. That was good to see that he got ticked off, because if we go back to like Adric, Katarina, and all them who died, he didn't show no emotion for them.
Well, to be fair, need to give a hell about Katarina. I mean, come on, let's be fair.
Well, actually, Hartnell did. I mean, he had a little speech after she died. So.
All right. Okay, my bad.
Well,
what did he call her? Something of the gods or something? I don't know. He had a little speech after she croaked. But yeah.
Oh crap! I forgot.
I don't think it was only Davis and that they tried to they moved on next episode. Even the girls were whining. Got to go back. He's like, we can't.
Yes,
so.
yeah,
that was the same thing with 8 when Karis passed away and he just wanted to go on and that's how they all.
Well, I know, but he's not made it to absolution yet.
Neither have I, but I already know what happens there.
Oh, come on.
My God, we can't do anything here. We can't do
If I could say something also about, I don't think the direction was that good on this in some scenes, because Carol Ann made a point on the other video that the kind of death scene was a bit overdone, and I kind of agree with her. And also, once again, the doctor's just standing in the background and not doing anything. You would have thought he would have went over to her. That's his best friend, and it's just like, once again, the way they direct it is the doctor's just standing in the background doing nothing. And I think that's, I don't know, I don't want to criticize the director. I'm just saying that's a bit sloppy, I think. It should have been...
Yeah, didn't you not just explain that he's bound by some sort of directive that he can't do anything now because of
that's a good point. Maybe so, but he did go outside.
No, to be fair, I'm not going to say I entirely agree with you and Carol on that point, Tim, but maybe it's something to do with the fact they were trying to take advantage of the musical score. Because the score was quite good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a minor niggle. It doesn't really bother me. I'm just saying it just did, like when Caroline pointed it out, it did seem kind of overdone a little bit. Like 3 times, 3 different angles, and I'm sure Beef Head loves the bit with her thrusting her chest out.
Okay, all right. Now, joining us a little bit late, let's get Ryan here. Ryan, what's your thoughts on this episode?
I actually really enjoyed it. I liked the whole mystery that was going on, and of course the ending had me with a little bit of a tear in my eye.
I bet you never thought that would happen.
Honestly, no.
There you go.
Oh, I take it Bill didn't have any tissues.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, they should have one of the fish head guys say that just to capture the moment. It's a trap.
Is it close? Yeah.
Well, the point of it was, though, the Doctor really couldn't do anything. Like he explained, that the shade, once it's locked on, you can't flee anywhere, you can't hide anywhere. And when he did, you saw what he was willing to go through, what he went up and started shouting at his shoulder, about how he'd bring on Unit, he'd bring on the Zygons, he'd bring on the Daleks, and, just and the Cybermen, all whole 9 yards. He was really willing to drop hell down on her.
Yeah, like he said, didn't he say, like, I'm not the Doctor right now, or something like that?
Yeah, he said that.
Well, do you think the theme of this series is to do with consequences? But, like, people do die and the Doctor can't save everyone all the time? Because, like, during the past, like, Moffat's storylines, like, people always seem to survive at the end, but this time they're making it more serious.
Yeah.
Like,
If so, that means that Moffat's in a coma somewhere.
No, the characters have died this series. It's not like everybody's lived just because they said that back in series 1.
Hang on a minute. In the event Stephen Moffat's lawyers are watching this broadcast, we apologise.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Well, no, Moffat makes light of death way too much and makes it unconscious.
It's a fantasy program.
Yeah.
Oh, we can
You can't expect it to be real.
The only thing I found
for a treat. Look who I've got here.
But
the only thing I found kind of slightly over the top was the fact that when Clara was dangling outside the TARDIS up in the air, not once did those sonic shades slip off and fall to the ground. What the? Anyway.
What would be the point of that,
Again,
man?
it's not real.
Yeah.
They must have been glued to her forehead, man, or to the side of her head, man.
Maybe she's a Dalek.
The Doctor had his shades customized just like freaking Kate Stewart's orange shoes.
one of the things I liked in that when Clara knew her time was up, she told the Doctor, "Don't become the War Doctor. Don't become him.
Yeah, don't become the warrior."
Yeah.
That was very good. That's a very good scene.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Very good acting on both sides.
Indeed.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll end up after the next year.
Who?
Capaldi.
BAFTA?
Yeah, he's already got an Oscar.
Yeah, screw you, BAFTA.
Yeah, he really got an Oscar.
Yep.
He's got an Oscar. All he needs now is a Matthew. I'm only joking, but still.
So how many of you danced when Clara died?
No, I didn't die.
You didn't die.
I wasn't happy or sad or whatever. This is the story, and this is how it ends. That leads to another part. What happens after that, we find out. I'm not gonna shed no tear. If she is dead, then she's dead. That her character reached his point. Now we got to keep going on and see what's gonna happen.
Where does the Shielder get the tattoo from on her body? Where'd that come from?
It's the shade.
That's all she referred to.
Okay, the shade. Now think about this. I don't know if you lot know about past history Doctor Who, but in Doctor Who comics,
what the hell does that mean?
Wait, listen.
No, we're all a bunch of new series dummies.
I'm just making sure. In Doctor Who comics, there's a Gallifreyan construct called the Shade, right? Which the Time Lords use as an agent. What if the Shade is linked to Gallifrey, and what if it's the Time Lords that is?
Like we said earlier, we wait till next week and then we have to find out the whole
Let
thing.
me ask a question for those who know that I don't. Is the Shade the Beastie in the next episode?
No, it's
the Veil.
The Veil.
What's the Veil, Shade? What's the difference?
The Doctor seemed to acknowledge the tattoo as a actual living being, because he says,
yeah, so the Shade is a living construct the Time Lords create.
You know what?
Well, what if they're trying to get the Doctor's attention?
You know what? You might very well be right, Phil. We'll find out come out at the end of episode 12.
Yeah, like
Phillip knows his comic book history.
Think back on something. If you go back to the episode, the girl who died, when the Doctor saved her, He looked up and he said, if anyone is watching and has a problem with this, to hell with
To hell with
you.
you,
He wasn't
yeah.
breaking the fourth wall. He had to be talking to the Time Lords because somewhere in his head he knows that they might be watching him now.
That's my theory. I'm wondering if it was the Time
I'm
Lords.
thinking two things. One,
CCTV.
So I'm thinking two things here. One, in some episode in another series or two down the line, he's going on trial and that's going to come up.
Yeah.
I wonder if they did it because, we can't come to you. We'll bring you to us.
Two, the other thing is, most likely the
They
time.
did come to him in Time of the Doctor. They gave him a new set of regenerations.
Yeah, but maybe they can't.
Tim, I'm referring to stuff since then. I was cut off. I was trying to say that because of his blatant interference since then, this whole thing may be a big trap to rein him in because he is a criminal on Gallifrey, both for what he's doing now, and let's not forget he's a traitor to his entire race.
Well, and then another thing to bring up is, do you guys remember that Mission Dalek trailer they put out when they were advertising that? There was a portal with Gallifrey, and it said Pocket Universe, so I don't know what they're going with that.
I never saw that.
Let me just pick Val up on his theory about going on trial. Do you really think that they have third trial again?
Yeah, because but think about it, Greg. Look at what he's done. He's given someone immortality whether they wanted it or not.
Yeah, right.
He's broken the law. He's broken a sense of
Considering
a
he just saved them, do you really think they'll put him on trial for saving them?
But their timeline is fixed. If he's altered their time, maybe she should have had to die then. But he decided, no, I can't have her die. Let's change that.
Wait, he done that before. The Eighth Doctor did that with Charlie, remember? And he saved her life, remember? And the Time Lord had a fix.
Yeah, Black Rassilon came along. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's face it. The only reason the Doctor's alive is because of selfish reasons for the Time Lords.
True.
Yeah. This was in
they only gave him more regenerations because he's the only way they get back.
What's this?
This was in the Mission Dalek thing, and
that's
on the
a-
sand it said Pocket Universe spelled out in the sand.
Yeah, that's a gateway. But wherever that gateway is,
Well, even in the the synopsises, there's nothing almost about it.
Anything they want to the Doctor, once they're saved, they don't give a shite.
Oh, with an E. Good on you, Ryan.
we also got to remember, thanks to Doctor Who magazine, we know the plot for the next two episodes, so to speak.
And
Mr.
what is it to do with heaven and hell again? Because
Heaven sent and hell bent.
yeah. Well, I wonder why Moffat is going down the religious route again, kind of like last season,
Whoever said it like last season, we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Capaldi's going, so out of control in anger that
what if he goes so out of control? They force a regeneration on him.
Graham, get your Missy action figure ready.
He is so wish. We already know that the Christmas episode's already filmed.
Capaldi's already signed for Series 10.
Whenever that's coming out in 400 years' time, but still, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you remember Phillip? Yeah, he's been working for the BBC secretly. He knows the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
He wish.
The head of the BBC, please.
Or at least he thinks he does, because we all know the Scottish have taken.
No, I do work for the BBC. Big black.
Well, come on. We had Scottish companions, Scottish doctors, and now even in Big Finish we got a Scottish Ronnie. What the hell? Can't you see it happening in front of you?
I know nothing.
Yeah, pay your £27.50.
Oh, I haven't lost so much. Anyway.
Yeah, but somebody who don't know nothing, he likes wearing sombreros.
That's a very pink thing you got on your head.
Well, yeah, well, I had it on too tight.
Okay, all right. Now, Andrew, you've been kind of quiet to this. You got anything you want to throw in?
No.
Oh, okay. Just asking. I just didn't want you to get.
He's probably traumatized by all this.
Yeah. He's sitting there thinking, what the hell have I got myself into? You know.
It's a baptism of fire.
What did we think of Shielda in this one then? Did we think she was a conniving, double-crossing bitch? Or did there be layers to her character? Like,
I think she was being used.
Yeah.
She was not being a bitch. She was being used. The way her reaction was when Clara got it, she was totally shocked.
Yeah.
She knew she would have got the thing off Rixie.
Yeah.
And the doctor would have been gone. And Clara and Rixie would have been just left.
Yeah.
Well, you think she'd be smart enough after like 1,000 years?
Well, you got to remember.
You gotta. She doesn't remember everything from her past. She's like,
yeah.
That's why she keeps it down. You know?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. How recent has it been for her working with the secret people behind the whole thing? How long ago? That's what we need to know. How long ago did she meet them? Or...
Originally, I thought she was good. Like when she had the doctor trapped, I thought she was going to steal his TARDIS.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
But it turns out, somebody else is pulling the strings.
That knows the TARDIS, that knows about the TARDIS, that knows about the TARDIS key.
So here's the deal: Maisie's a marionette.
Yes, she is. And
pull the string.
Oh, I wonder. No, I can't go that deep.
Here's a question: why did he want to use his TARDIS key when he could have used his sonic shades in the key lock?
Yeah.
Maybe it's deadlocked, as they always used to say to get out of that one.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was panicking, because.
What was the question?
Why did he use the sonic shades to unlock the lady instead of the key, his TARDIS key?
Good question, but maybe they wouldn't work on that. You never know.
Yeah.
It seemed to be designed as a trap for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of this, the eyes are brewing, the emotions are boiling, and next week, all hell's going to break loose, even though it's called Heaven Sent. So,
reverse psychology.
Yeah, the one handler. But is it just like the fourth wall, or is it?
We don't know yet.
But you know what? It's weird that where he's transported to in the trailer looks to be a stopgap before he gets to the actual real place where he's meant to go.
Maybe that's what it is, Phil.
Doesn't it look like that bit? Remember we had that flashback earlier in this, or if it was like Flash 4, I don't know, earlier in the series where it showed him in the same outfit in the same kind of space?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it calls where he is inside the Matrix.
I don't pull that one again. The Valyar story's done.
Oh
no! What I'm seeing is the Matrix landscapes. Nightmare World.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Oh no, they'll think he's being drowned for a week again.
Oh my God! The shade. Not the shade. What's it called? The veil.
The veil.
The veil.
Yeah, from the pictures we have seen.
That sounds related to the shade, doesn't it? So it's connected.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? Imagine we want to find it somewhat ironic that she survived being blown up on a Dalek planet, falling for a high height, and in the end it was a raven that knocked her off.
Knocked her up.
Yeah, well, he won't be doing bird watching anytime soon.
Oh.
No, your jokes are getting worse, mate. Go to bed.
I
didn't expect to, that I thought it was a waving, that was, not a spirit thingy.
But you know what? Another thing that we haven't really thought about, if Clara's story's ended, we still got the hybrid thing to think about. Where's that fit in?
Next 2 episodes sometime.
Look at your costume design name.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think I think probably the Time Lords are going to do something with the Doctor. You know,
Yeah, she was just wearing the hybrid. That was all of that.
You know what? You know what?
That was the
I know-
hybrid.
Yeah. You know what? In a way, everybody's assuming it's Gallifrey. You better hope to God it is, man, because if it's not our buddies on TV, we're going ape shit.
Well, Moffat also said it was going to change the show as well, but he was also worried about it.
No, that was a mythological thing. That's still to be touched upon.
That's yet to come upon yet. I wonder what well, I'm not even going to speculate on that. I'll leave that.
Well, we know what your pals are thinking. Don't worry, Phil. We'll speculate
No,
later.
hey, they're not my pals. I just sit and read what they write, man. Oh.
And then you agree with them.
I don't agree. I just kind of
60%.
like some of them. I just kind of like their ideas of what they're saying.
That's fine. It's fun to speculate, but some folk take it to the extreme.
Watch, tomorrow he's going to hate the episode because everybody there did.
Oh, my God. No, I loved it. I can't change my mind about it tonight. That was brilliant.
Now, what did we make of Capaldi towards the end, man? Was the emotion there? Was it just the right amount for you?
It was brilliant act, really.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he sold it for me. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was good. He did a good job on it.
Cool.
I liked it. It was very forceful. It was very the way you looking at Ashilda's face when he said all those couple of words to her.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, "I'm gonna piss my pants," but you know what I mean.
This is going to hell in a handbasket. Brian, you like to take care?
Oh yeah.
But I do like the costume, his coat. He looks gorgeous in that velvet coat.
Oh man, here we go again.
Yeah, Phillip, just out of curiosity, are you a fan of No Coloured?
Oh, yeah, no, because he was racist against blacks, wasn't he? Oh, no coward, but never mind. Oh, that's wrong person. That's Enid. I can't remember his name.
No, what I thought was interesting was the fact he was wearing that particular coat, and one time in this episode, I could swear, maybe I'm nuts, I saw him do this.
Yeah, he was doing this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. The pep
who used to do that?
Yeah.
What are the odds? I send this photo to Stephen Price, and he goes out and wears his new outfit to get this signed.
Well, to be fair, we don't know if that's a one-off or no. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, poor Stephen Price didn't make the final cut.
No, and that's my only gripe with this episode, man. They killed our buddy. Shocking.
No, man, but you know, say it.
Oh, well, what if Stephen Price is a hybrid?
Ooh.
No. Good theory.
Hello, Howard here.
Kyle, you know how in the next episode they've got that ticking down clock thing? That's what's happening right now, man. Seriously. Enough for the jokes!
Did anyone enjoy Riggsy's characterization in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you find out that he's a father.
Yeah.
As I said, I wonder, Bill, why they decided to bring him back.
Just for bringing him back?
It was a way to get the Doctor and Clara into the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought they probably could have brought someone else, but no, I didn't mind him in the episode. I'm not complaining about it. I was just.
But it had an end to, I mean, because they had the number.
He's kind of like the next Craig, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, the Doctor doesn't want to kiss him this time, though.
No,
I don't think he's like that at all. I think it's just that, he was a likable character last series, and they brought him back in this one, and they gave him a little bit of development because he does have a kid, but he's in full on panic mode for the whole story because he's got that countdown on his neck. So
and Capaldi was making jokes about it.
Well, nobody knew what it meant. I mean, we don't find out until later what it means. And even then, too, their justice system is pathetic. They find a black dude hanging out over a dead body.
That is true life.
No, but I mean, for somebody who's been on the planet as long as she has, she should, they should have a little better of a justice system out there.
Yeah.
You're quite right. Yes. Yeah.
It's good. She has two Jadoons there.
I love the fact they portrayed him as cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Philip, you said it was referred to as the shadow. What if it's the shadow
No,
proclamation?
the shade. The shade.
Shade.
Beef in the house.
It could be
Hooah,
worse.
hooah.
Anybody? That's
The
it. Could be worse.
biggest head of the universe, I think.
As long as it isn't the shadow from what do you call it, from back in the Armageddon Factor, not that jerk with the skull on his head. Oh, okay. All right, joining us late, Beef. What were your thoughts on this episode? Go ahead and hop in.
To be honest with you, the build-up was what it was. It was a means to an end, I think, just literally to make the last 20 minutes. What I did like was the aspect that even it's a refugee camp that the Doctor has no refuge from, to be honest with you, because everyone there really wants a piece of him in some way, shape or form, because there's someone he's wronged somewhere down the line. It's not the snarling Doctor that we saw in Flatline. It was a very internalized performance and everything like that. What I did like, it was the way that Maisie Williams, that shielded me, however you want to call her, by the end of it, she was like a scolded child. Yeah, I'm the Doctor and I'm very, very cross with you. Yeah, it's a small universe when I'm angry with you. Yeah, that was an excellent line, and that could encapsulate Capaldi's Doctor. Yeah, there wasn't wringing of hands from my point of view. You know, everyone knew the writing was on the wall with regards to Clara. The recklessness came to fruition with this and everything like that. Was it? At least we've got a companion now that we can say has died. Whether that holds true going forwards, I can't say.
We don't know. There's 2 episodes left, so
Exactly. Yeah, you don't know, but at least they've done that. At least they've done that. Strength-wise, I think, yeah, I certainly feel it was a strong enough episode. There was lots of wordiness. It was a lot cleaner than I expected. I expected something to be extremely visceral, something a lot more unpleasant to the death, but they made it quite quaint in a certain degree. It wasn't as violent or something like that. So, but overall, yeah, I walk away from it with a nice feeling that someone's died. if you want to put that in its own twisted perspective, yeah, that's it. I haven't got a huge feeling yet either one way or another. Maybe a couple more watches I may have that, but I would say it was solid. Definitely the last 20 minutes was solid, and Capaldi, as always, was stellar. He really was.
Steve, did you enjoy Clara's chest thrust?
Yeah.
Hey, look. Well, I know. Look, I'll tell you what, there were some impure thoughts that went through my mind when something went through the front. Yeah, don't get me wrong, yeah.
That's why they showed it from 3 angles, so you could enjoy it.
Hey, look, and yeah, for the benefit of those watching in 3D as well, I envy you.
One might say in that final scene she was smoking.
Oh.
Who do you think is behind the shoulder then? From what you watched tonight,
right? Okay. Well, my take on my individual opinion was that she said they.
Yeah.
Okay, they. Yeah. It's a bit funny that there's a Yale cylinder lock on the device and everything like that. And how on earth is the TARDIS key going to fit in any random type thing? The TARDIS key isn't a skeleton key; it's a lock specific type thing. So if you want to put conjecture to, is it Time Lords, Gallifrey, everything like that, I don't know, but it does seem to be guided down a certain path, because at the end of the day, you don't see many Daleks with keys hanging off their belts, do you?
No.
You don't see many Daleks with belts, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't see many Cybermen with belts, to be honest with you. They'd rather smash down the door than unlock them. And also that arm bracelet, I don't know. Yeah, I was looking at the little things on it. Were they Gallifreyan or not? There was a little esqueness in, but to be honest with you, we could have seen any crap on that and it be sort of like bronzy brown, and we would have said the same thing. The logos or the scrawling on it, it's definitely Gallifreyan, I don't think, but it's pushing us down that avenue. Whether they're going to whip the rug out from whip the rug out from underneath us at a later time, I don't know. But it was good, and yeah, I just love the bit. I'm going to rain down on you. I'm going to bring every form of hate, crap, and nastiness upon you and everyone who's in this, alleyway. What I would say is,
he would say he'll go fetch the Daleks if he has to. That's it.
That's it. Do you know what I mean? And he hates them, so he's going to wish that upon. Yeah, he wouldn't wish that upon his worst enemy, but he'll make an exception in your case, love.
Yes.
Ashilda has. Really got underneath his skin, got underneath his, really, really pushed him beyond the pale.
Well, you said that she was like a petulant child that he was lecturing, right?
By the end of it, yeah, because she turned away from him and it's all right, her head down, I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that's the case? Because remember how last time we saw her, she wanted to go with him more than anything. She wanted to go. She did not like being stuck on Earth. And he refused. We
had it. She was a young, innocent girl. The second time we met her, she's like the teenager and everything like that.
Yeah. So just like just acting out, or obviously there's somebody behind her. But I mean, again, it seems like I'll get you then, Time Lord, kind of thing. Like you won't take me with you, then okay.
For all of her years, she's exactly. For all of the time she's lived, there hasn't been a maturity and everything like that. She goes through life and everything like that. She can only contain so much, but her reactions and the way she is, there's still a childlike element to it and an acting out element to it, and it's not fair.
She would
now she's a mayor. Do you know what I mean? And she's responsible for it, but she's going to tread on whoever's next she can.
She would have to have cross paths with either the Daleks or the Time Lords for it to follow through the way.
There's no chance. There's no definite thing that said she would have definitely crossed swords with Daleks by this point. She
crossed paths with somebody then, though.
Yeah, somebody's manipulating her.
In essence, she's the mayor of a refugee camp. Something has put said refugee camp in danger. If I had to levy one criticism, and this is nothing to do with the writing, nothing to do to the acting, but I think it was something that the author of tonight's episode brought up on Twitter earlier in the week. Sadly, because of how it was done as a old-timey alleyway and everything like that. There are going to be comparisons drawn to Harry Potter on it, and I don't necessarily think it's merited.
I didn't see that at all. But, I mean, as we were saying right before you showed up, Tim, is that her justice system isn't very good if they're going to just accuse somebody and sentence them to death with no evidence at all.
It's kangaroo court. No, but the thing is, that's the thing. It's the way of the people. It's the talking stick. It's sort of like, well, we will go with the consensus and everything like that. So they've got to go around and stir public opinion.
Yeah.
So she's a mayor, but a mayor with no real power in so essence apart from what she has of the shade. I would say certainly the last 20 minutes, superbly solid. The rest of it is exposition.
Just a quick side note.
There you go.
No, just a quick side note. If this is it for her, don't you find it a bit shoddy to just left her body out in the street? I mean, just thrown out there.
Well, the Raven will eat her.
Well, no, but Ridley's still there. It might took her away.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, I did think that the little sort of street art tribute. Yeah, that's Riggsy going back to his roots as a graffiti artist. I don't know. That's it. Yeah, the boob thrust and then collapsing on the floor. And then the pullback, I don't know whether the idea of the arms outstretched is an idea to mimic the bird aspect to it. I don't know. Maybe they're going for a cinematic thing. All it's sort of reminding of a little bit is like at the end of Kill Bill 2, where Bill walks off and then just like collapses on the floor at the end of it. That was the sort of vibe I got from it.
Okay.
I don't like in anything when they show the whole same scene from multiple angles. It just kind of like, I don't know, there's something about it that takes me out of the experience, I guess.
Well, it's giving you more of an experience from seeing it from different angles.
Booyah! Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't say it was bad, but I would say Caroline had a point on the other show that it was a bit overdone.
The only thing that did surprise me was that sort of like, the Doctor knew he couldn't do anything, but even in situations when he knows that he can't do anything, he will try something regardless of consequence. Maybe this is the idea, as I've said before, the idea of hope that's run through this season. That at that point he's without hope. He knows he can't do anything. He's given up, and now he's damn angry as hell, and he ain't going to take it anymore.
Well, what if
Who knows?
What if, remember in the Zygon episode, Truth or Consequences, what if something in the finale, either some truth gets out or consequences will happen?
That would be for the confession doll to give up.
Well, yeah, that's it. Who told Ashilda about the confession doll?
Yep.
Who knows about the confession doll apart from those are for me?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Missy had it. She had it for a long time.
The Time Lords. Well,
Yeah, but we don't know how that reached her earlier in the season. Now, how this is, and it's supposed to go to.
Yeah, we did. What's her face gave her? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
From the Sisters of Khan.
Ohelia.
Ohelia, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, they're tying it all together, I think, in these last two. And the appearance of the confession doll now, this late in the series, it was really only the first two-parter.
Yeah.
It's significant. It means something.
What if it is Missy, the woman in the shop was a shielder working in the shop?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
Oh, they wouldn't do. Oh, would you play
She
that long
struggles
game?
with a flaming torch, let alone Windows 10.
And Clara would have recognized her.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: did Davros want the confession dial because he had it, and then of course the doctor acted like it didn't matter. He was more concerned with the glasses.
But it doesn't open until the doctor dies. That's when it's open.
Yeah, that's true.
If anything, it's building up for a 3-part. Because next week is going to be a big lead-in. To be honest with you, it's going to be a 3-part epic end. To be honest with you, it really does ramp up my excitement for the end of the series. That much, I will say. Yeah, next time trailer to be continued. Superb, everything like that. We expect at the end of the day. I've walked away from this happy. I thought there might be Edgar Allan Poe-esque. But it was just purely in title alone, so you can't judge anything by titles. But like I say, last 3 parts. Whoop, whoop.
Do you want to know what Heaven Sent and Chicago TARDIS all have in common?
You're going to be there?
No Jenna Coleman.
No Jenna Coleman.
Boom.
Well, there you go.
Then, of course, there was the other alternate take of the Clara yell without the music. There was this version. There was. But it does have.
For a bird that eats a lot of people, I don't want to be cleaning out the bottom of that cage. That's all I'm saying.
No. Yeah, quote the Raven, nevermore. Yeah.
But yeah, where's the Weaving?
Oh well.
There's another consequence though. If Clara is dead, truly dead, I hope someone goes to her school and says, "Excuse, I've got bad news. Miss whatever her name is at school has passed away."
Oswald.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Or Unit would send somebody to replace her.
Yeah.
They replaced Paul McCartney.
Oh.
Conspiracy.
Hey, let's find out about all these other conversations that her and the children have had.
Yeah, they'll send Bonnie. Bonnie will be the teacher.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's something building in for Big Finish at a later time.
Yeah.
Clara's replacement.
Bonnie?
No, Mrs.
We've got you've got a Big Finish built into this episode.
Well, that depends on how it plays out in the next two, though, doesn't it?
No, but I think the Ashilda diaries or the journals that could be
Yeah,
a whole new spin-off for Big Finish and everything like that.
They have a
She says,
book coming out.
our conversations are everything like that. I love to go back and read them. Now you can't really say that the interaction in in the first meeting between them really is much to write home about. So there's going to be something coming, something nicely linked in for Big Finish, or written books later. To be honest,
Their diary books coming out. That's been announced.
No, that's just a one-off book, though, is it?
Yeah, but it has multiple stories within that. So
They could all those books could lead into the creation of Trap Street. So we know, all sorts of things.
there's a nice bit of legacy building.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you just made me picture a scene, where if Missy did replace Clara at Coal Hill, I can see this now. There's this scene where you zoom in and there's a kid hanging by his feet from the bottom of like London Bridge. And then you have Missy standing there on the street and the headmaster comes walking up, pulling at his hair, and she looks over and goes, "Well, you told me to suspend him."
this makes sense. If Clara's gone, that's why she's not in class.
Oh, that's very clever.
Now I want Missy to be a teacher in class. I want that to happen.
Well, yeah, we never know.
Missy being a teacher, that would just be the best thing to see.
I wonder what she do to the kids you were supposed to put in detention. No.
Say something nice.
Yeah, forgot your homework.
She puts them in detention in the Neversphere.
I want written 100 times in capital letters. Say something nice. That would be the punishment. 100 lines.
Yeah, but maybe if they mostly people are using curse words, even school
Yeah,
No, you know what? I've just figured out with 10 lashes with a pointed stick.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh.
Here's a funny thing. The TARDIS is still in Riggsy's apartment, isn't it?
No,
It's out in the street.
They relocated on the street, and that's why he's done the street art to it.
Yeah, if you watch all the way to the very end of the episode, they show a scene where Riggsy has decorated up the TARDIS with a picture of Clara as kind of like a memorial to her.
Yeah.
It was like all the way at the very end. And
it was after credits, right?
Yeah, it was after.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's that chamber we saw in the trailer way back.
It looked like somebody building a TARDIS.
Oh my god, it's a pineapple.
The preview for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they broke down the trailer.
Yeah, that's all this is. This is just a little gift breakdown of the trailer.
It's River's song.
I correct myself. It's a cloaked pineapple.
It's Alpha Centauri, man. I bet you.
It's not a big eye. No.
That right there was going to keep people wondering when he said, "I know I've seen you before."
It's a shielder.
Most pineapples look the same.
You don't know whether it's real, whether it's a dream, whatever. Whatever it is, if anything, this is, for me, going forward towards that, that is the spooky episode I was hoping that we were going to have at some point. I didn't feel spooked by last week. This one looks like the sexy one that I'm hoping for.
The only interesting bit about this series, this is two things they've never done before. You have the one, Sleep No More, which a lot of people didn't like, but they had never done an episode in that type of format before, and now we have next week where it's just going to be the Doctor. That's it.
Doctor in this. That's where the Doctor's going to be in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like a toy castle, but I don't get it. It's weird.
It's fantasy based.
I think this whole season has been filled with pretty unique stories.
Yeah.
Stuff we haven't really seen before.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's been a lot of it's been a lot of fan service kind of stuff thrown in as well. Just to, in other words, it seems like they're having a lot of throwbacks to the past, to the classic, in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
You know, like the Dalek City looking like it did in Power of the Daleks and stuff like that.
You have the opening two-parter, which really is just a lot of talking for about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
There's not like much action going on, and it's one of the best stories I've ever seen.
But the other thing as well, I would say, okay, we're getting towards the end of the season. We can talk in general terms to a certain degree as well. The other thing that has been nice that there has been a clear distinction. Last year was his inaugural season and everything like that. You looked at his characterization of the Doctor and everything like that. You could say, hey, this is that, this is that, this is that Doctor reference, this is that. There hasn't necessarily been that harken back now. He has now really encapsulated what the Doctor is. We had all the different facets and everything like that, but this was superb because we had that big aspect of his character on that.
It's good to see the cue cards make a return.
How do I tell you nicely? You're going to die.
Yeah. Well, as Beef said, we don't know what's happening next week. No thing we know for sure is he's pissed.
Yeah, exactly.
And I got to give credit to the writer. Hopefully, she will come back next week.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah. And she has really struggled to keep it quiet that Maisie Williams came back this week. So fair play to her. She did a stellar job on that.
Capaldi ran out of Iron Brew. That's why he's pissed.
I can see a lot of Doctor Who tribute tramp stamps coming in the future for a lot of angles.
I was reading a little bit about the episode. A lot of people don't like the fact that there were Cybermen in the alley, I guess.
Why?
Why?
Well, they seem to think it goes against the characters because wouldn't they?
Pricey put out a good point. What if all those people in that alleyway are survivors of the Time War?
No, I said that, like refugees.
They called it a refugee camp.
There you go.
The Fugees.
Ta-da.
Okay, so that's the picture of the TARDIS from the from the scene at the end. They show Rick.
I did think that was actually quite touching, to be honest with you. I felt more emotion watching that than I did actually watching her die.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
Just looking at her tits.
Yes.
On that note, guys, thanks for having me here. It looks like I'm about to actually see this episode myself. And as promised, I will put in my final rating in the comments.
Okay, take it easy, Phil. We're almost.
Don't get too drunk, Phil.
You can never be too drunk.
Now, although I'm sure the Doctor will think it's a rather good sentiment, I'm sure he's going to be pissed that his TARDIS is now decorated.
Wow.
No, because as soon as it moves, it'll burn off like the posters from Vincent and the Doctor and everything like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hell, the Happiness Patrol painted it pink, for God's sake.
I'm still waiting for the action figure set.
Oh.
The Candyman? You get a long way.
What, the Kangs? Red Kangs, blue Kangs, green Kangs, the best.
Oh, no, God, no. Please, never make an action figure of that freaking robot from this. Oh, man.
That's who the villain in next week is.
All right, Spivey. The robot from Paradise Towers. No, thank you.
Oh, the yellow crab? Oh, no, the vacuum. Oh, yeah.
Giant white thing. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, not Chrome.
Looked like a refugee from a Lego set. Oh.
Elijah's Lego set. I collected it.
Okay, we've ranted on about a bit. We've sat here and we've discussed it. Let's go ahead and let's rate this sucker and put it to bed, shall we? All right, let's start at the top. Let's go for William. What did you make out of this one out of 10?
Ooh, well, I'm going to have to give this one, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay, Philip?
This one gets a 10 out of 10 for me because I loved every minute of it. I'm going to watch it again as soon as we finish here.
Just because you wanted her dead, you heartless
No, I found that quite
That's
touching.
it. I wanted a 10 because I wanted a dead.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew, what do you give it out of 10?
9 out of 10.
Okay, Kevin?
Well, I think about it. I think a 9.5 out of 10 for now.
All right, Graham?
You know what? Just before I give my rating, regardless of what folks may think of the character, huge props to Jenna Coleman, in fact, for the 3.5 years. And it's getting a 9.5 merely because the editing team cut out our buddy Stephen Price.
Okay. Next up, Elijah.
I'm also going to have to go with a 9.5, and because they edited out Stephen Price, who got me Jenna Coleman's autograph.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Ryan?
I'm going to have to give this one a 9. I really enjoyed the story. Clara's death was really well handled for a character who I've only started to grow appreciation for in this past season. Did a really good job. Well done.
Okay, Beef?
Right. Okay. Yeah. The first part of it, all exposition. The last 20 minutes, superb. I did also like the Janus creatures who could see the past, see the present, and couldn't make head nor tail of how the Doctor lives his life. I like that. That was a very clever writing mechanism. I'm going to give it 8.5 on a first viewing.
What?
I know that sounds harsh, but I think it will probably go up. It will go up. There's a lot to take in, and I think the only thing that lets it down is the directorial interpretation. That's for me personally.
An 8.5's no harsh. That's pretty good.
Okay. And what about you, Tim? What do you give it?
At this point, a 9. I really have to watch it again.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Personally, I'm going to jump in with a 9. I really enjoyed this one. It was really, really well done. Yeah, sure. Clara made some interesting noises, gave us a good chest thrust, and died. But still, it was very well acted out, especially by Capaldi, Jenna Coleman, and Riggsy. Please call me. No. Call me Pudding Brain. Don't call me Riggsy.
Local knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, local knowledge. Okay, let's go ahead and get goodbyes from everybody. Then we're going to get on out of here. Let's start with Tim.
Thanks for having me. Good. Can't wait till next week, really. Yeah.
All right, Elijah.
Thanks for having me.
Beef.
Sorry I'm late to the party and I won't be here next week because I will be with Flash Gordon.
Flash!
He's alive!
Ryan.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun as always. I'm really looking forward to technically, I guess the finale has kind of started, but the actual finale episodes, looking forward to it.
All right, Graham.
Capaldi's pissed and so am I. See you next week when we enter the veil.
All right, Kevin.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks, Jenna Coleman, for all the loving years. So yeah, bye-bye.
All right, Andrew.
Well, thanks for having me, and support Wales next summer.
All right, Phillip.
It's been great fun being here tonight, and see you next week, because I'm heaven sent.
Oh my God.
This is not a dating video, this is YouTube, Phil.
Okay, William.
He's muted.
Sorry. Thank you for having me here. Hope to be here next week. And his sin is hell bent.
Okay, I'm gonna have myself, the rest of the panel, and Sophie the Wonder Cat. Until next week, when we join us for Heaven Sent, everybody take care and have a good one.
Adios.
We've grown accustomed to your
face.